Hey guys, Tricia Turner here. I wanted to go ahead and share a market update with you guys. Every morning, Monday through Friday, I run a Rise and Thrive community at 8:30 in the mornings. It's for real estate agents. Right now, we're doing it just for real estate agents that are with us at Realty of America and on our team and in our network. But this is something that will be public for all real estate agents very soon. We're just kind of tweaking a couple of things before we launch it publicly. But this morning, and the morning segment, it's 8:30 to 9:15, 9:30 sometimes. The morning segment is geared towards helping you guys in the real estate world know how to run value, know how to practice role scripts, know what to say to buyers, sellers, investors, know what kind of market we're dealing with, know what information you need to be talking about, what you should be focusing on, learning artificial intelligence, how to use it effectively so that you're never out of business because you don't know how to use these tools that are at your fingertips, and all things real estate, of course. And so this morning's topic was the market. Thankfully, I'm very attuned to the real estate market. I'm in the Houston market, in case you don't know. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I am a broker and I'm obsessed with data and the market because this is how I feed my family. This is how I take care of our company. Knowing what to expect and what's coming at us is critical. And if you're a homeowner, you should always know these things as well because typically your home is your largest financial asset. And therefore, you need to know, is it appreciating, depreciating, or is it just kind of flatlining? Well, if you studied the market and you've been watching the data and you've been watching the value of your home, a lot of homes in the Houston market have come down in value this year, especially what we've seen in the last 5 years. We saw COVID come. COVID made the real estate market crazy all over the nation. And in Houston, we saw housing appreciation go what normally was an average of 3% year over year appreciation during the COVID market rose to 11 to 13%, which was unheard of in the Houston market. Well, at June 2022, so now over 3 years ago, is when we started to see interest rates escalate. And they escalated in that first 12-month period. They doubled, which is historic for the mortgage industry. Never before had interest rates doubled in a 12-month period, right? So they went from 3.5%, they went all the way to 8%, quite honestly. Pushed a lot of people out of the market. A lot of people were like, I'm not paying 8%. I can't afford a house at 8%, and so forth. That's been going on since June of 2022. Now, as of today, this is October 2025, the interest rates finally, a couple of months ago, started moving in the right direction. So this year, we've seen rates hovering between 6.5% to 7.5%. Once they got under 7%, like 6.9, 6.5, that range, we saw an uptick of activity, buyer activity. Not as much as we were hoping for, but it still was an uptick in activity. Once rates got to 6%, which they are, you can even get under 6% right now. It unlocked 1 million more buyers nationwide into the marketplace. 1 million people now eligible to buy a home because interest rates dropped. They say that as interest rates continue to drop, it will unlock more buyers naturally. Well, then people say, oh my gosh, well, then my home value is going to increase because more buyers are going to come onto the market. Not so. If you study data and you study the market, the states in the Northeast are still experiencing a seller's market. They're still experiencing low to no inventory. That's them. They're unicorns right now. The smile states, which is where we are, Texas, Florida, California, especially Florida and Texas, we're like leading the nation in housing inventory. We're leading the nation in home sales cut in half, like the amount of sales. We're leading the nation in inventory that's sitting like days on market. For the first time, there are areas, especially here in Houston and surrounding Houston, where new construction is cheaper than a resale home. Okay, think about that. So is it a good time to buy? Yes, it's an amazing time to buy. If you're a seller, is it a great time to sell? Depends. It depends what your financial situation is. What I can tell you is that if you are thinking of selling and you're looking at the value of your home, likely it is not going to be worth as much as it was just in January of this year. What's happened is that the housing market here has been stacking inventory, stacking, stacking, stacking. We have more inventory on the market than we've had since 2019. So when you look at that, we also have homes that have been sitting on the market, sellers needing to sell, but no buyers coming. No one's coming to the open house, no offers coming, nothing, right? Then what do? Well, most real estate agents don't know anything better, but drop the price, drop the price, drop the price, drop the price. So you've seen that going like crazy in many communities. Many sellers have just been dropping the price, and still there's been no effect whatsoever. It hasn't produced an offer. So now, when they are finally, now that we've got more activity and more buyers are coming on the market and some are making offers, well, they're not making list price offers. No one's paying list price. In fact, the data shows, which I shared this morning in our Rise and Thrive community, the data shows in Fort Bend County and Harris County, if you study the two of them markets together, which is the bulk of the Houston market, the average home in the last 90 days sold for 95% of what they were listed for. So already buyers are coming in and buying homes 5% off list price, right? What do you think that's going to do to your home value as we continue? Because as we continue to see rates come down, and they likely will, you'll see more sellers finally put their home on the market because the rates will get closer to where their current rate is, which then makes it more doable. Because we have a lot of sellers living in their houses right now that they don't want to be in. They're like, I can't stand my house. I want to sell, but I'm waiting for the rates to get better because I'm not going to sell my house and go into a double rate than what I'm paying right now. Get it? So you're going to see more homes come onto the market, right? The data shows us that as we progress and interest rates keep moving in the right direction, not in all areas, but in many areas where we're stacking inventory and homes are still sitting, but sellers are finally getting offers and accepting offers at a lower price than what they thought for sure and what they were listed at for sure. Naturally, your neighbor's house will be affected by that. So when you're looking at values, as we do, we base the value of homes, of course, on what a buyer is willing to pay, but then also what other homes they're selling for, because buyers are not willing to overpay, not in our market for homes. That's done. So is it a good time to buy? Yes. The data shows us that as interest rates continue to go down, will home values come up eventually? If things go as many project that they will, we will see a lower interest rate in 2026, which is going to help more buyers come on the market. But I just told you it's also going to help more sellers come on the market. So you'll see more homes on the market, more buyers on the market, which is fantastic. But because we have so much inventory and because people are buying homes at a lower, homes are on sale, they're getting things on a discount right now. Naturally, we're chasing the market down in a lot of areas right now. So a great time to be a buyer. Fantastic time to be a buyer. If I were you and I was thinking about buying, I probably wouldn't sit on the sidelines and wait for more buyers to come on. I'd probably get out there and act now while the buyers are pretty much running the market and sellers are negotiating like crazy. It's fourth quarter. That's what happens in fourth quarter. Things go on sale even more. The data is showing us that if you buy now, you will likely see an uptick in the value of your home in 2027, like a good return on investment in 2027. So 2 years from now, not next year. Next year, we are going to see the market correct itself, and home values were already inflated. They've been coming down. They could continue to come down. So your home may be worth a certain amount today. Come February, it may not be worth that same amount. It may be worth less. Okay. Just depends on where you are. If I were thinking about selling, I'd probably get my little butt on the market right now while values are where they're at. And I would be smart. I would price my home to sell. I wouldn't try to overprice it because I know I'd get out there and buy something and make my money in the buy. The money's in the buy right now, big time. But it's not a buy today and get your money today. It's buy today and hold. Like buy and hold for 2027. That's what the data is showing us. We're looking at a 2-year hold for an increase in your equity position. Could be a big increase depending on the market that you buy in and depending on the price that you buy in. So stop sitting on the sidelines waiting for rates to come down before you become a buyer. Stop sitting on the sidelines waiting for a rainy day to become a buyer. You're missing a huge opportunity right now. Will it get better? Maybe. But we know it's great right now. So you know what that saying is, sometimes people wait for something and then they miss the opportunity. So real estate agents, if no one's training you and giving you, like on our Rise and Thrive community this morning, I gave them so much data. I just kept coming to, I was like, oh yeah, well, one more thing. Oh yeah, before I go, one more thing. And then one more thing. And I was like, okay, I promise that's the last thing. But it just keeps coming because I study this stuff like crazy. And I studied a lot of it Saturday. So I wanted to give them info to get out there and talk to buyers and sellers the right way so that they know what they're saying. So if your broker's not teaching you these things and giving you the correct market information pertinent to your market, you probably need to look at someone else that can help you, because there's tools that you have at your fingertips that are going to keep you relevant in this industry, but you also have to know what you're talking about. You do have to be that market expert. You do have to understand the market. And when somebody can explain it to you and in simple terms with data, stats, and numbers to back it up, and then direct you to where to find it in case you need to see it also, so that you can get out there and talk and be the market expert in your market and with your people. That's who you need to be around, especially as our industry continues to evolve. You got to make sure that you evolve and continue to evolve. So I'm Tricia Turner. Make sure and follow us. We are with Realty of America. I run the Rise and Thrive community. Paul and I run it together in the mornings, starting at 8:30. And right now, again, it's only open for our small little real estate family, but you'll see it go public come November, and it'll be open for all real estate agents, because at the end of the day, we want to help all you guys, no matter what company you're with. And we want you to be able to get out there and educate buyers and sellers and investors the right way, and not be in that group of the lunch bunch, the unskilled agents that are just out there doing this as a hobby. We want you to be out there dominating your market, having an amazing life, but being the market expert. Have an awesome day, you guys.